all of the applications are accepted, when everybody is in, this is what gets produced. This is the brochure that the federal employees are given to choose the charities that they have. There are 1,800 charities in this book, and it is like a little phone book. So each one of yours is going to look like this, and this number that runs up the side is the 5-digit number. So if you have applied before and you don't know your number, we can look it up in here today before you leave. Organization address. The next line down there, post office boxes will not be accepted for the organization's address. To be an applicant to the local part of this book, you actually have to have a physical address in New York City. The contact person and the contact address, that can be a P.O. box, but you have to have some sort of physical. So let's say you have a clinic, and that's where your organization runs its services. That would be the organization address. The contact one might be the office, that might be across the street, whatever, that would be the difference. But it can't be a P.O. box, the organization address. Give us, in the part where the contact information with the contact, the email addresses, give us multiples. So that if we send something out and you have 5 days to answer it, it doesn't go into somebody's box who's on vacation. We can have the option to send it to as many people as possible. Electronic funds transfer. So this is at the very bottom of page 9 of the very first page of the application. Electronic funds transfer would be where you give us your bank routing number and we can put the money directly into your bank account. There's some real advantages to this. It's faster. You're going to get your money faster because it takes us less time to process it and it goes right into your bank. It's also cheaper. It saves the campaign money if we don't have to write a check out. And you have to remember that to pay back for running this campaign comes out of what's raised. So the more efficiently we can run this campaign, the more money actually goes to the charities. So in any case that you can give us an EFT number, please do. Plus, it's also preferred by my finance department. There are 2 other options. You can claim as well. You could apply. You could be in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and apply to my campaign as adjacent. That's also on page 10, so you would, if you're in New Jersey, you would check the box next to the second option. Oh, and I'm sorry, there's one thing I wanted. On the number 1, if you're doing local, the hours of operation, we need to verify 15 hours. You have got to fill that part in, please. So make a little note there, next hours of operation, just please put in the hours you're open so it's easy for us to tell. So certifying for the second one is that you are adjacent. Now, you can apply, if you're in New York City, you can apply to the Taconic Valley CFC, which is Westchester, it's north of us. I think it's also Putnam. To the Long Island campaign and to the Northern New Jersey campaign. You must, on that application where it says county, you must put in the county where you're, county and state. That's the last thing on here. Because we're going to actually verify that, I'm going to look it up and make sure that it's in an area that's adjacent to me. So please put that in if you want to do adjacent. Otherwise, there's no good reason not to. Why not be in their book as well? So statewide is on page 11. And statewide is actually difficult to proof. I got a lot of applications last year with very flimsy evidence that they have statewide. You have to offer real services, benefits, assistance, or programs in the year 2012, which is true of everybody, we'll get to that in the attachment A, to 30% of the state's geographical boundaries. Okay, so there are 62 counties in New York State. 30% of that is 19 counties. So to claim statewide, you actually have to have offered real services. And I have people who are like, well, everyone breathes the air. That's just not gonna do it for us. Like, it has to be real provable services. Or we have museums that say, oh, well, we had 300 visitors from Ulster County. That doesn't count because the service you offered them was here in New York City. They're very strict about these rules. So 30% of the state's population, that's 2.5 million people you have to have offered services to. Applying to either adjacent or statewide, remember please that the LFCC determines the dates of application, and as she was saying with Northern New Jersey, those dates can differ from campaign to campaign. So what the dates I gave you for the New York City has nothing to do with any of the other campaigns out there. So please check with each local one, and right there, opn.gov CFC search locator, that is where you can find, just enter the state and it'll pull up that and you can get the contact information, and it has the website. You can go to their website and find out when their applications are due for all of them. I don't know how many campaigns there are in New York State, but there are quite a few. Attachment A turns out to be a complicated thing to get right for people. So I have, and one of the things in there that I have given you in the packet is actually a sample of what it will look like, but I'll pull that up in a second. So this is just a sample, but the basic idea is there. So there's a bunch of do's and don'ts. What we're really looking for is a super concise, super succinct explanation of real services, benefits, assistance or programs offered in 2012. Only year that counts for this particular one is 2012. What you did last year in offering real services, benefits, assistance, or programs. So you want to, so here are some of the do's for it. You want to specify your recipients. Who did you give it to? So basically what we're doing is we're answering who, what, when, why. So, but it has, the dates of service have to be from January 1, 2012 through December 31st, 2012. So who? Tell us the number, types of individuals or organizations. I mean, you can name names if it's okay for you. You don't have to name names if you don't want to. You can give initials. We gave a grant to JS in Queens, you know, but show that you gave real services and be specific. If it was in Queens, how many grants did you give to Queens? How many warm coats did you give out in Queens? How many warm meals did you serve? How many kids attended your arts program? Where were they from? You don't have to give names, but say 350 kids from this high school participated in the day that we had there, that sort of thing. So that's two. Describe the target population. What? What were the services? What did you do? Include quantity, value, scope, impact of the service or benefits. Now the difference between what I'm asking here and what you'll see in one of the don'ts is what we don't want is you to explain in length what the problem that you're addressing is. That is not, we don't need to know how many homeless people there are in New York City. We don't need to know how many kids there are in New York City schools. None of that matters. How many did you serve? That's the only number that matters. Don't make it hard for my LSCC. They're very busy people. Don't make them hard for them to figure out why they want to let you in. Understand they want to let you in. Make it easy for them. They're very busy people. So make it pop. Say 350 kids got served lunch on January 12th. Okay. We don't need to know how many hungry kids there are in New York. So that's the what. Where? You know, really, say, tell us the borough. If you're doing this for the adjacent, you know, you can say county and city. If it's state, mention the county and city again, but be very specific about the where. And also that you can't count the resident location of visitors to your site. If you have a website, you can't say, oh, 20 of our people live in Ulster, 50 of our people live in wherever, you know. You can't say that. It's really services. It's not where they live that matters.